Welcome back to my channel, and today we were talking about the time that I had a weirdo teacher in middle school. And basically, I don't know what it was, but I was just in my classes, and that's like literally the first thing that came up to me. Like, I was just in my class. I forgot what class I had in the morning. Let me see if we can recall what class. I don't know, maybe it was like a study hall, or it was like English, or it was like, I don't know what it was, but basically I had a class in the morning, and I was just thinking about that teacher that I had, and I was like, what in the hell? And then I was like, I always said that when I had a YouTube channel, I would talk about that teacher, and I would talk about like the experience and everything. And I like talk about it because I'm no longer in middle school. Obviously, my birthday just passed. I just turned my age. I'm not gonna say my age, but my age. And it's nowhere near middle school age, I'm telling you right now. Like, I'm old, but I'm not that old, if you understand what I'm saying. And yeah, basically that. Like, I'm old, but I'm not that old. Like, I'm old enough to be in high school, but I'm not old enough to be in middle school. Basically what I'm saying. And it just hit me, and I was like, I always said if I had a YouTube channel, I would make a video about that. And I have a YouTube channel, so I'm gonna make a video about that. So basically, let's call this man Milk. So basically, when I was in middle school, I went to a Catholic middle school, private Catholic middle school, and we had a Spanish teacher named Milk. And basically, we had like a lot of Spanish teacher each year. I also had different gym teachers, and we would always like switch it up. And I was new in this middle school because the middle school that I went to ran from grades like went from like pre-K to 8th grade. Like, you stop at 8th grade and that's it. And then you just choose what high school you go to, choose what college you go to, and if you go to trade, you go to trade. You go to military, you go to military. If you go to college, you go to college. That's basically how it worked. And so basically, I went there for 6th to 8th grade because like at that point, I like had just fully, when I started there in 6th grade, I had fully just moved to New York, and I had just came from all the way from Long Island, basically. And I just got there in the 6th grade. And basically, what happened was that there was a teacher, and the teacher basically did like inappropriate things. I'll get into that. So basically, what happened was that the teacher was a teacher who used to teach in middle school. He was teaching us Spanish, and apparently, what he did was that he went to the high school of the boys' bathroom, and he was like taking photos. And that's kind of a lot to think about, because it's like, now you have to legitimately be so disgusting, especially as like an adult, to go into some underage high school kid's bathroom and literally take pictures, when it's like you have websites that you can literally go on your phone and look that stuff up and still get what you want without having to traumatize literal children. But that's just like my thesis of what he could have done, but he chose to be nasty. And then eventually after that, it got out. And I don't even know how people found out, but apparently it got out. People found out, and then they like told their middle school. I think apparently it was because like some parent told or whatever, but I know some parent told, but that's a different part of the story. And basically what happened is that it got out about their middle school. No, it's not about our middle school. It got out, not about our middle school. It got out to our middle school, and then after that, he was basically like fired by the teacher. And then after that, I remember being like in the auditorium slash cafeteria slash whatever, because yes, it was a private school, but it was like a small private school, which is weird because I feel like they could have had so much more done with that with the school. So anyway, my friend was basically telling me a story about it, and then she was basically like, how she found out was because there was a mother, because they had like this thing at my school where they were like very, very family, and it was like everybody knew each other, and if one thing happened to one kid, every kid knew, because they were just like this close family unit. And it was like teachers were close, parents were close, kids were close. Like, if one thing happened, then another kid, then nothing, then everybody knew, because it was like they have this thing of like a mentality of like play dates and stuff like that. And yeah, basically what happened there And basically she was telling me that she was like, one of the parents found out, and then after the parents found out, because basically he was like on the news apparently, or something like that. When the parents found out and all that stuff, it was on the news and all that stuff, and they basically like told like the principal, then the principal basically like, dealt with it, fired him, and all that stuff. And after that, he was like gone or whatever. But here's the kicker: I kind of knew he was nasty because like I remember one time I was like around him and he was correcting my Spanish homework, and I was taking Spanish at the time. And tell me why. I remember this man like picking his nose and all that stuff. And I remember like a booger on my paper and stuff like that. And it was just nasty. Like I remember the booger picking, and it was just disgusting. And I was like, he's nice, but he's nasty. And then I always got this very vibe for him that he was like into like boys and stuff, because he just had this thing like, you just meet someone and they're just the essence is just, yeah. So it was giving, you like men, you like boys. Well, he definitely liked boys. He was like into men, but then after that, like the whole thing, we finally, sorry, that he liked boys, little boys, nasty. And anywho, that's basically what happened. And then 7th grade year hit, people were talking about it in the classroom, and of course teachers were like, if that ever happens here or whatever, you should talk and tell an adult. But the thing was, it didn't happen in our school specifically. It happened in a high school because he was caught taking pictures of 2 high school boys and all that stuff, and having his fun time and all that stuff. And we went to jail basically. And that's the story time of how I had a teacher in middle school who was a weirdo. Love y'all. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.